Hey guys, I'm back. I am actually doing this live. I actually went live on my other channel, so be sure to check that out at Elizabeth Magical Garden. All the links will be down below when this whole live stream is done. But I wanted to get right into it. But first, my name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars, guys. Welcome back to the live stream. I hope everybody is well and I hope everybody is in great spirits. So let's get into it. So the topic is empowering your life, okay, through visualization. I'm looking over here because my nose is over here as well. Empowering your life with the power of visualization. How can you visualize using what you can see when you close your eyes to basically manifest and bring forth what you want in your life? And we do it every single day. We've been doing it since we were little children. And let me just go a little deeper in terms of what I mean by visualizing. For those who may be curious, visualization is basically using your imagination, your thought process, directing that to achieve or receive the things that you want in your life. And we do it all the time. Let me give you a short example. And if you hear any noise other than my dog, and the noise behind the AC is running, so yeah, okay. But one of the examples that I would give you, that we normally do without even doing it, is through relationships, right? When you find yourself in a new relationship, whether it's a casual or intimate or business relationship, in your mind's eye, you are already um, perceiving how you would like things to be. If you are going to meet somebody for the first time, you may be already collectively adding your own thought process to how you assume this person will be, how your interactions will be. When you start a new job, you didn't start yet, you're already visualizing, okay, maybe like you're gonna have a new office, how you're gonna decorate your office, what is the vibes that you're gonna have in your workspace, so when people come to your workspace, they can feel wanted, and how you want to present yourself as well. These are all little tips, little simple tips of visualization. But I did take the liberty to get three, no, fly over here. Well, to get like a couple of points that I want to stick upon visualization. This fly won't let us be great over here. That's the thing with summertime; it brings its own. And of course, because having the window open. So if we could just get this fly away. Okay, so one of the first one I want to touch on is be specific, and let's just bring this a little closer because we do wear glasses. Be specific and deliberate in your vision. Be specific and deliberate in your vision. Do your best to narrow, guys, do your best to narrow down your thought process. Yes, you are painting and you are creating your thought process, but yet if you keep it very simple, it's easier to concentrate on the things that you want coming to pass in your life. Because when you add and you kind of like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I see myself doing this and I see myself doing that, you kind of like all your energy is kind of like all scattered around, whereas if you specifically say, okay, I am buying this piece of property within this time and this time, these are the things that I would like to cultivate on my property. I would like to uh, have a rose garden. I would like to have a fire pit. You know, staying on topic, but yet crafting the vision, if that makes any sense, right? I find doing that gives you, um, it just gives you more, it just brings a little more excitement because you don't get into the frame of feeling like, okay, oh, when in the, let me just prop this up, this chair. You don't get into the, you just don't talk against your dream because you're not thinking about, okay, I just had this big dream and I just poured all these things in that I wanted to do, but yet I don't know or I can't see it happen. So you just kind of like went against everything that you took the time to do. So you don't want to do that. You want to start off very simple. I mean, you could go big if you want to, but I'm just suggesting, especially if it's your first time visualizing and using this technique to craft your life, I would say start off simple. Okay. Another one would be visualizing. Visualization is a powerful tool that helps us align our subconscious mind with our desires. I'm going to read that again. Visualization is a powerful tool that helps us align our subconscious mind with our desires. It just goes into what I was saying in terms of keeping it simple. Like subconsciously, what you truly desire is already there. And usually you already know. A lot of times I speak to people and they'll say to me, you know, like if you ask somebody, like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You know you don't want to do this, you know you don't want to do that. So what do you mean you don't know? A lot of people would say, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what road I want to take in terms of achieving my goals. And I find when people are confused is because they're making things too complicated. You know what I mean? Because once we're left with choices and we realize we can have more than one, we want them all. But if I were to tell you you had three choices, if I were to tell you that you had three choices, you would more than likely be able to pick one out of those three choices. You know, worst case scenario, worst case scenario, you probably like be between the two. But you see how having less of a choice allows you to have more of a hold on the things that you want. So starting off small allows you that kind of capability to focus on the very thing, because you can literally have anything that you want. But I just find that a lot of times, in order for people to be in alignment with what they want, simplicity is called for. It definitely is. You know, the power, the visualization. Okay, visualization starts with clearly visualizing what I feel like I'm saying the things and I already voted, but I'm just gonna say it because I have it right here. Um, Clearly visualizing again, clearly visualizing what you want, what you really want in your reality, seeing the thing, being the thing, speaking as if that you have the thing already definitely will catapult you in the position that you are gunning for, right? And one of the things that you can do to, if you like having, like if you're a type of person that you really need to see what you are working for, or working towards, I should say, for lack of better words, I would say number one, you can use Pinterest. Pinterest is a really great tool to use for visualization. You can literally create anything. In my Pinterest, I have a whole layout of uh, property, houses, the type of house that I see myself in, um, the type of layout, the type of construct, um, how I would decorate, all these things, all these little things, because you're literally painting it. I heard someone say, basically, well, it's known to say, people have been known to say it, but it was just one specific person I heard say. I can't remember the person, but I did hear it a while ago. Once it's scientific, once you can visualize uh something and you hold on to that visualization, it's only a matter of time that it will be in your present reality. Because, in simplest form, where the mind goes, the body goes. So if you are constantly focus, focusing on a particular goal that you have, or maybe something that you want to obtain in your life, having all those things that is aligned with that thought will put you in such a position where you have to have the thing. You have to have the thing. There's no way around it. This is why they say, if you can perceive it, you can achieve it. That is a real thing. And I learned that years ago, um, when I manifested my way of life now. Like, I used to work a physical job, and 3 years prior, I stood and manifested. I Every day in my journal, I would write down um, all the things that I end up receiving on the back end later. Now, notice I said 3 years ago. Time, this is why time can be your friend and time could work against you. You know, I believe it was Earl Nightingale that said, once you know you have the thing, it's already yours. You just have to bridge the gap between now and then. So there's no need to worry or fear if you are going to obtain the thing. You don't have to be fearful because you already have it. And I really believe that partially he came up with this particular notion because he knew the cause of effect of matter. You know, our senses, just being alive, permeates through the galaxy. So there are many, many layers um, to it within a dream state, right? One would say that when you are in that state, you're able, more so, to kind of like pierce the veil. You'll hear people talk about stuff like that. This is why, um, in Halloween, a lot of people, that take the liberty to pray or speak to um, their loved ones who has passed, they use that time to sit with spirit and receive, because the communication, because the veil is thinner. I personally believe one of the reasons why the veil appears to be thinner is because everybody collectively is doing the same thing. So that frequency is just that much more potent. So how about if we took that notion and brought it into our visualization, that word, right? What about we took that notion and brought it into our visualizing the things that we want in our lives. Like, think about it. Are you the only one that wants to be in a great relationship? Are you the only one that wants to purchase a home? Are you the only one that wants to live a healthy, prosperous life? Absolutely not. So just that notion alone, that correlation of people doing the same thing at the same time, using that and taking that also into consideration when you are visualizing for yourself, makes it that much more powerful and attainable. Obtainable. Is it obtainable or attainable? And second, which is affirmations. Now, I remember years ago, I didn't believe in affirmations for a very long time. I mean, it was weird because no, I didn't believe in affirmations for a very long time until I realized the power of words. You know how you would hear somebody say something and then they say, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid this would happen, or God forbid this would that would happen, because the person that is God forbidding, using God as a force to smite whatever negativity, feeling comfortable to use that, is because they know the power of words. So if somebody is speaking in a way, or you came across hearing something, or something was being said about whatever that made you say God forbid, you realize the power of words. So once I realized for myself, once I realized the power of words and how powerful they are, and how important it is to choose your words wisely, regardless of what situation you find yourself in. Because a lot of times, through passion, we say things. We say the most craziest things. Excuse me. We say the most craziest things about not only to others but also to ourselves. We say things. You know, it's so easy. We're, the human brain is so fast that it's so easy to speak against yourself in a hot minute without you even realizing the things that you are saying. But once you practice saying your affirmations, I would suggest looking in a mirror. It may feel weird in the beginning, but it does work, because you're looking into your eyes. You are basically programming yourself to think a particular way or see yourself in a certain type of way. This is a really great example for people that deal with any type of anxiety or depression. Speaking life into yourself, speaking into um, using words, powerful words, that and saying them consistently every day can literally change um, how you see things. The light is going in and out. I guess it's going to be it's afternoon now. Put this light back a little down. You know, um, saying, and in terms of affirmations, you can get them anywhere. You know, you can actually be creative with the words that you say. I would even suggest looking up like poems, great poets that are using phrases that you want to um, imbue into yourself. I would suggest reading up on those, or and making a note, or taking specific words that you may have not came across. I love words. I feel like language is the most powerful thing. One of the most powerful things that you could ever do. You don't need any other tool. All you have to do is speak. That's what they say in the Bible. The death death and life lies within the tongue, and it's so true. Once you practice understanding how, like, because we speak all the time, so we take for granted how how powerful, you know, our words are. So speaking affirmations definitely will help you out. And you can get creative. You can get really creative about the affirmations that you say. And I truly believe that once you do that, at least for a good 30 days straight, trust me, you'll see a whole difference. You'll see the difference not only in the way you feel, you'll see the difference in how you carry on through the course of your day, and then you'll also see how things are attracted to you, right? Because it's a whole vibe. Once you change your construct in terms of how you see things and um, how you speak, how you speak, you will benefit from the very things that you say. Because a lot of times we, I'm not gonna say we because I'm always he. I make it a point. I'm not perfect, you know, but I also have something to transmute that as well, because nothing is foolproof, and I'll get into that. Um, Daily affirmations help to replace any negative or limiting belief systems. When you speak life into your life, and you you're visualizing, you're writing things down, you are creating your vision board, you're going, whether you go on Pinterest, whether you actually get a big board and cut out get old magazines and cut out pictures, paste them, take time to really create that look, and putting it in an area where you can see it every day. Before you know it, you will actually be living the board. Like, you'll, like, as time progress, or a significant time has passed, or even fast, you just don't know, you will see, like, oh my god, you know how many times I have came across, for me, journaling is big. I can't even get into how many journals I have completed, I continue doing, and I like to go back in my old journals sometimes, and I see like checkpoints of the things that I was working for, wanted to achieve, and being on the flip side and have achieved the thing or received the thing. It's just like, wow, it's amazing. It feels so good, guys. Now, what I was going to say in terms of transmuting, because again, we don't, you know, the mind is always wondering, and because of that, it's cool to put certain things in line, so when those thoughts come about, you they can already be, you know, gone. Like, basically casting upon your words, like basically saying, an example I would use would be, I like, I hold power within my tongue. Only allow things to come about that is for my higher good. Uh, heal, heal, and protect all that means negative. All that I say. And subconsciously, you're programming yourself, because what happens is, and that was just something off the top of my head, but subconsciously, when you do that, when you do utter a word that does not sit right with self, you're going to feel it. It's going to be like, no, you know what, I'm going to change that. I feel like you saw me do that a couple of times. You When you practice something so much, it becomes second nature. This is why I felt like this topic would be really good in terms of visualization, visualizing the life that you want, because a lot of times people get really down and think that they don't hold the power because of whatever is happening in their life currently, right? But that is not that is not the grand finale, right? Because as long as you have breath within your body and you could think, okay, you can create. You can create your life. You can literally visualize. I'm going to give you a little example of visualization. So like I said, I went live earlier this morning on my other channel. So be sure to check that out. And I didn't stay long because I had some work being done in my apartment. So towards the end, it the people that needed, and my dog, started barking. It was time to get the work done, which I'm grateful for. Okay, especially living in New York. Just saying. But prior to all of that being said, you know, it's hot, and having people in your home, even if they're here to aid you and to take care, even the fact that it's business and they're here to take care of business, it's still not the best situation. Okay, so one of the things I did after practicing yoga, I closed my eyes, and it is seen in my mind's eye where everything went well. Everybody was good. Everybody was professional. Things were neat. I didn't have to clean up so much, and etc. 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 Well, I'm proud to say that it worked exactly, and then some. And then I got more than I envisioned for myself, right? Which leads back to when I was saying, when you take this route of visualization and speaking positive into whatever situation you find yourself in, you attract way more. You attract good things towards you. You attract things that is going to catapult you and put you on a higher vibration. And because you are vibrating higher, more is attracted to you, right? So not only did I receive the things that I put out and I envisioned for the current situation, I got much more. They were nice, they were professional, they were very clean. I mean, honestly, they went over and beyond. They even did things that I wasn't even prepared for, and they took care of it. I was like, okay, I was like, okay, okay. And I truly believe It's because one of the reasons was because of my outlook, my perspective. You know, people can feel your energy. People can feel when you, they could just feel what the vibes is coming off of you. Even if you think that no one else can be aware of some of the things that's happening in your life, trust me, especially the people that loves you and know you, they'll be able to pick it up. You know, this is why sometimes, like, if you are um deep in thought, or maybe something, yeah, deep in thought, or maybe something is happening and you are thinking about it so hard that the person, or in front of you would say, is everything okay, are you all right? Because they can feel the energy, they can feel something is off, and it may not even be a bad thing, it may not be something big that's happening, but your focus is elsewhere, right? Your focus is elsewhere, which other people can feel. you know I just always had the notion, and this is not about being a goody two shoes, this is about getting what you want. This is about getting what you want. And 9 times out of 10, you get what you want through a higher vibration, thinking good, not allowing not allowing the minutia to take precedence in your life, right? You know, remember, motivation also requires I'm sorry. Motivation also requires action. That's one of the things that I would definitely say. You could be motivated all you want. You can have affirmations. You can visualize, I should say. You can visualize. You can speak your affirmations, but if you don't take action, basically just sitting there waiting for whatever you see in your life, it's not it's I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but who knows when. I mean, it's the same even if you do take action, but more, no, it's not the same. And the reason why I'm going to take that back is because the fact that you take an action, adding you're adding more to the pot. This is a dance. I always say this is a dance. And when you take action, you are putting yourself in alignment for the thing that you want. I have heard Oprah say so many times, I heard The Secret say so many times, all the self help, gurus. What is it with the R's? I think it's like a heavy Brooklyn accent, but anyway, I digress. When you don't take action, you actually kind of like, you're forfeiting kind of like the thing that you want. Because again, as I started this live, you don't have to, but if you truly want um, to see change in your life, you have to see the thing, you have to believe the thing, and you have to already act and walk and talk and look as if you have the thing already. And it seems counterproductive because you're like, well, how am I gonna act like the thing when I don't have the thing? But that's the whole thing that gets you the thing. That is what gets you the thing, my dears. Once you allow yourself to imagine and dream, this is why little kids have so much fun. They're not sitting here thinking, well, I don't know when this is going to happen, so I'm going to stop dreaming about this. You know, I remember when I was a young girl, we used to, like, in the summertime, we would run for the ice cream truck. And when I say run, two things is happening. nine times nine times out of 10, we had no money. So everybody had to scurry into their homes and plead and beg for money real quick. Like, it doesn't matter if mommy is cooking, it doesn't matter what is going on. Please, 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 can I have the dollar? Can I have 50 cents? Whatever it was. I believe a cone back in the day for one scoop of ice cream, I believe it was about, I want to say 50 to 75 cents. Okay, that was back in the day. And I remember running in the house, asking my mom. My mom would be so gracious to stop what she was doing, to hurry up, to give me the change. Because, like, they wasn't just giving dollars like that. Sometimes it depends on the situation if they couldn't find change. But if they could find change first, more than likely they were going to give you the change first at that time. So I would have my change or my dollar. And then second mission was for you to run back out, because with all this being said, it wasn't like the truck stopped unless somebody had money and they stopped the truck and they were getting what they wanted, and then you would like yell to the person that was giving the ice, well, selling the ice cream, not giving, selling the ice cream to wait. And they would for a little while, but you the anticipation of getting what you needed and running and to get it, to have it in your hand, because no one, the worst thing you wanted to do is be the only kid not licking your ice cream, okay, when it's like 100-degree weather and everybody is enjoying their ice cream. Why would you want to be the only kid not having that? Just a little glimpse to my childhood. And I am happy to say that, I had a wonderful childhood. You know what I mean? Nothing is perfect, but I wouldn't change a thing, to be honest. Taking action. So if we didn't take action, we wouldn't have been able to receive, right? Because you could want what you want all the time, but if you don't take action, you actually hold yourself back, right? One of the things that I will leave with you before, because I'm not going to stay too long. I've been on here for like a little over a half so far. But one of the things that I would suggest is for you to take a pen, pen and paper, and write down your action plan on how you will obtain that vision. Now, this is not about, don't worry about how much money you have. Don't worry about um, your skills at this time. Um, don't worry about who, what, where, and how. Completely take that out of your mind when you are writing down your vision. Once you just stay in focus and visualize and write down what you believe that is needed to obtain these goals, your vision, whatever have you. It's funny how the mind works. Answers will start coming up. Answers will start coming up. Uh, Information would start coming your way. People will start talking about the thing that you are envisioning in your life. It's so, here goes that fly again. Okay, gave us a little break. You will be amazed how creative you are. It's uncanny. It's uncanny. And this is why I believe writing down, because it does, it forces your mind to think. You are forced to think. You're forced to see things in a way. If you, this fly, we gonna get you. We gonna get you, fly. It's a little. I want to say it's like a mosquito, so that's why I'm smarting because I'm not sure if it's a mosquito or a little fly. I feel like it's a mosquito that came through the AC. I'm just saying. Once you allow yourself to do what I'm saying and you are consistent with it for at least 21 days, scientifically, it takes 21 days to create a habit, and it takes 21 days to break a habit. And I am speaking of the understanding that it does happen because I remember it was a time I was like in my early 20s. I used to smoke cigarettes. I know. Okay. I used to smoke cigarettes. And number one, they're unhealthy. And number two, didn't, I just didn't want to buy packs anymore because at that time, they were about 250. Then they went to 275. Somewhere along the line, they went up to like four. I think now they like 20 something dollars. I don't know because I don't smoke cigarettes. But at that time, I wanted to stop. So what I did was really incredible, especially back then. This fly, this thing, ah, I already got bit in the park. So excuse me if I'm not welcoming the mosquito right now. What I did was decide. I had a calendar and I said, I don't even remember how I came across this information. It was a long time ago, but I know I did come across it. I believe I was, you know what it was. I believe that I was reading a book about how does the mind work, and something like that came up. Oh, it was right there. I didn't want to smack y'all, so so I'm not gonna like hit 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 the setup I have going on, but I will get it. And anyway, I was reading this specific book. I don't remember the book, but it was definitely about psychology and how the mind works and what happens and how we obtain certain how we are able to how what's that word I'm looking for, how we create certain grooves, certain habits, because it takes 21 days to to break or um, obtain a particular habit. And what happens is a certain groove is being held within your mind. Guys, if I don't get this fly, let's just hold a minute for this fly, which I think is a mosquito. It takes 21 days to break a habit and to make a habit. And in order for that to happen, you have to stick with it. You have to be consistent. You can't say, I'm going to do it today, because then you're going to have to start all over again for it to be prevalent. And what happens is you create a new groove within your mind. A lot of the habits that we have today is habits that we have created ourselves. I have a black cup of coffee every single morning. I didn't grow up drinking coffee, right? I didn't I wasn't drinking coffee as soon as I came out my mother's womb, right? So that was a habit that I created. Yes, also seen my family drinking coffee. So that was already premeditated. So, of course, when I got older, guess what? I started drinking coffee too. That was a groove that I have created, that was helped, it was created within me. right? So I also took the initiative, although I started again, to stop drinking coffee. And it took again 21 days. Okay, yeah, 21 days for that to stop it. I always, for a long time, I was doing the 21 days thing. But what I realized after the 21 days is not to say that you don't have the new habit, but study shows that in order for it to really stick, it takes about 90 days. 90 days for it to be um, really cemented in your conscious mind and unconscious mind, I believe. So with all that being said, that's fantastic, because if you are visualizing every day, if you are saying your affirmations, you believe in a thing, you're walking as if you have the thing, you look like whatever the thing that you want to be or obtain in your life. And this goes into a lot of things. This even goes into relationships. You can be single and do what I'm asking of you to do if this is what you want in your life. Because all it takes is a change in perception. You're not asking somebody else to believe in what you believe in. You're not convincing anyone else. The only person that you should be concerned with is you, because this is your dream. These are the things that you want in your life. So it doesn't matter if people are like kind of like questioning, like, oh, so I noticed, like, why are you doing X, Y, and Z? You don't even have to, like, I would suggest not even saying it unless it's somebody that you really um, trust. And the reason for that is because your dreams are, how can I put this? Your dreams are incubating like an embryo in a mother's womb, right? It takes 9 months, average 9 months, for a baby to come to term, full term, right? It takes, full term is known as 9 months. So why do you think that is so easy, or so like speaking the things that you desire so freely to everybody, when you have not cultivated, you have not incubated that particular desire or dream? And then wonder why it's not happening. Everybody comes with their own type of energy, and people can be dream killers. Let's just be honest. So here you said your affirmations, you're all good, everything is everything, and here you go, speaking and just willy-nilly giving it all away, right, to, I want to say a third party, because there's you, there's spirit, and then there's that person, and you wonder why um, certain things is happening, because people have a way of speaking into your existence that can trigger you. You're having a hard enough time to start something new, so why on top of that add somebody else's opinion, you know? And yeah, you could say, well, you know what, I can speak whatever I want to speak, because you know what people think and what people say doesn't matter to me. That's true too. But I find that the subconscious mind has a way of capturing little moments, little glimpses during the course of your day, different interactions that we have with people. And when you are about to sleep, or maybe you are resting, where you are more able to hear your thoughts depending on your energy level and your encounters, different things start to come up, right? And the last thing you want is for negative thoughts to be added on from somebody else. It's one thing if you're doing it. You're already working on that, right? You're doing what you have to do. You don't need outside forces, basically, okay, to make a long story longer. And one final thing I would say, to you visualizing and realizing and speaking to things, I would say go for walks, go for long walks. When you go for long walks, listen, there's something about a good long walk that will take you in places. And I'm not saying just physically. I mean, yeah, you will be going places, but because you're walking, but in your mind. Anytime I come from a nice walk, I am my most creative. So many things come up. I get answers to things that I didn't even realize I needed answers to. I come back with a new perspective on things, with a new fire underneath me that just makes me want to go even harder for the things that I want for myself, right? For my life and my loved ones. So going out in nature, I'm gonna always suggest that. I mean, there is no mistake that this is Elizabeth Magical Garden. I have always loved nature. I have been a nature lover since I was a very little girl. A lot of my best moments, I can honestly say, happened um, where there were some type of abundant of greenery. I just love nature. I always feel at peace. I always feel a sense of oneness. And then it makes me feel like there's something way bigger than me out there. It helps me take the focus off of whatever present situation I find myself in. So, yeah, guys, leave a comment down below. I pray that this helped you. And if you have any questions, leave the comment down below. Be sure to read all the information that I have. I also have my vlog channel. I go live on there, so be sure to check that out and subscribe to that channel so you'll be notified when I upload or go live. And check out my podcast. It goes live every single Thursday. And also my website, which is my hub, where everything I create resides on there. Okay, guys, stay blessed, stay in peace, and stay empowered.